about maybe entering a Kaggle competition, but you didn't really know where to start, or you felt a little nervous, so you went to the site and there's so many things and it was very overwhelming, don't worry, I've got you covered. Today I'm going to talk about how to get started in a machine learning competition on Kaggle, specifically the Titanic machine learning competition, which we've designed to be the best possible starting place for you. So today I'm going to talk about why to do machine learning competitions, also how, but mostly why, what this specific competition is about, what should you do first, so you've entered, what next, what happens, and then the thing that everybody wants to know, how can you improve your score once you started, climbing up the leaderboard, how can you keep going up it? So why should you compete in this competition? In general, machine learning competitions are a really nice way to play with different techniques and methods where all of the hard and kind of boring work about data science has already been done for you. So the data has been clean, somebody's developed the metric, there's a really clear problem, there's a nice description of everything that's in the data, so you don't have to figure that out yourself. And you can just try different methods and see what works. It's also a really nice way to familiarize yourself with Kaggle and the platform and everything that's on Kaggle. So of course we have competitions, but in the course of the competition you might want to use some different data sets, and you might look through Kaggle's data sets. You can actually write and run your code directly on Kaggle using Kaggle notebooks and then submit from one of your notebooks. We have a video on how to do that. And even if you never do another Kaggle competition as long as you live, it's a really nice way to also start interacting with the community, make some friends. Everybody in the forums is just starting out. We've designed this to be specifically for new Kagglers. So it's a really nice place to ask some questions, maybe answer some questions, and become a part of the Kaggle community. And just so you know, in case you, again, really aren't interested in competitions, the leaderboard is actually cleared every 3 months, so if you're playing around, you don't get a great score, that's fine. It'll disappear. No harm, no foul. All right, let's dive into the challenge. So the Titanic was a passenger ship that very famously and tragically sunk on its maiden voyage, and the majority of people who were on board the boat died. So the thing that we want you to figure out is how to build a model to help predict what factors might have led to somebody surviving or not. So we'll give you information on each of the passengers. For some of them, we will tell you whether or not they perished in the sinking or not, so that you can use that information to train your model. And then for some of the other passengers, we won't. And your job is to try and guess for those passengers that we haven't told you about whether they survived or not. So how do you start? The first thing you need to do is accept the rules and join the competition. From there, you need to get the data. So the data is going to be under the data tab on the competition page, which is the same place you went to join the competition in the first place. And it's going to be broken into 2 files. One is the training data that I mentioned that has all of the different information and features, and also information on whether or not the passenger died. So you're going to use that for your training and your evaluation and your cross-validation. And then the second data set doesn't have any labels, and that's the data set that you're going to send your predictions back for, and that's what you'll be not really graded on, but evaluated on to determine your leaderboard position. Once you have the data, the next step is to really understand the problem, spend some time learning about the Titanic. It's really well documented. Maybe you take a movie break and watch the movie Titanic just to refresh your memory about what the situation of the problem is. And then do some exploratory data analysis. Are there missing values? Are there skewed fields? How are you going to deal with these things? So really get to know and understand the data set. And then start your modeling. So training models, tuning them, changing the hyperparameters to try and get better results for your models, and then ensembling the models, taking your models and putting them together to get your first predictions, and then upload those predictions and you'll get a score. You're on the leaderboard. You're already starting on your journey. And our recommendation is to start with Alexis's step-by-step tutorial. So Alexis is fantastic. She's an amazing teacher. And this tutorial will help you walk through step-by-step, answering your questions, and help you get started in a really nice, simple way. And then the question that everybody wants to know, okay, so I've made my first submission. I want to see those accuracy scores improving. What do I do? A couple of things you can try. So the first thing is to learn about the data. I said that you need to understand the problem. There's always more to learn about a specific machine learning problem. For the Titanic in particular, of course it happened in the past. There's no new data being produced around it. So you can turn to historical sources and start to learn more about the situation to develop your understanding. And then you can use that understanding to guide your experimentation. So some things you can do are creating new features, so feature engineering based on what you know about the data. Try different types of pre-processing. So maybe if you tried one method of filling in missing values or imputing them, maybe you try a different method and see if that changes your results. Different types of machine learning models. So you might try a random forest-based model. You might try a support vector machine. You might try a regression model. You might try many different types of models and then combine them, ensemble them is the technical term. And these are very, very popular on Kaggle. Probably the majority of Kaggle competitions are won by some sort of ensemble model that has multiple different models combined together. And then finally, and this is probably actually the most effective way to improve your score, learn from other folks who are doing the same competition. You're all just starting out, you're getting your bearings. People will share lots of helpful code, they'll ask and answer questions in the forums, and you can help build your understanding as part of the community and really, become a full-fledged Kaggler, get your Kaggle badges, I guess. You don't really have badges, and start climbing up the rankings. All right, you've got everything you need to do and know to get started on the Kaggle competition. I'm really excited to have you on the site. Welcome, and I look forward to seeing you on Kaggle. Good luck. Bye.